This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. Something I've been railing about for a long time is the fear of where we are as a country, the precipice upon which we stand right now, watching our country dissolve before our eyes at the hands of Republicans. That the rule of law is no longer respected or even feared by Republicans. We've got candidates standing up, talking about taking out school boards with 20 or 10 tough dudes or whatever. We've got insurrectionists storming the Capitol, gravely injuring, up to and including death, police officers. Hangman's gallows being erected on the lawn of the Capitol while they chant, "Hang Mike Pence," stalking through the United States Capitol with their Confederate flags, looking for Nancy Pelosi. It is a strange time. And I ask the question a lot, what are we going to do? Where do we go from here? And we got a call about that.
Hi, Jesse. This is David calling. My question is, you said with these violent radicalized Trumpists sort of becoming a hardened movement in the United States, how does democracy continue to function? You said, I don't know how it can. I agree with you. So what do we do now? I mean, we're obviously not going to let fascists rule us. And if we can't have a democracy with these people in it, where do we go from now? Or where do we go now? We have to make choices given the fact that 30% of our country is beholden to essentially a fear. So I want to know what you think we should do given democracy with them doesn't work. It's not going to. It's not going to work 10 years from now. So what do we do? Thanks and have a good day.
David, thanks for the call. Listen, there's a couple things. I am disheartened. I get made fun of by my audience of the podcast. I doubt it. My podcast, I Doubt It, is the name of it. That I am inexplicably, unjustifiably optimistic. I don't believe that to be the case. I am an optimist, but I don't think it's unjustifiable. And it is rare for me to come down with a position that I'm fearful of the future of our republic. I'm fearful for the future of our country. But to answer the question, what do we do? How do you deal with a group of individuals that does not prize democracy, that does not respect democracy, that doesn't want to exist within the framework of a working democracy? I don't know all the answers to the questions, but I can tell you this. One step is consequences. There must be consequences for the insurrectionists. A message needs to be sent by our society under the rule of law that you will not attempt to overthrow this government. That is a bridge too far. You will not storm the temple of our democracy, injuring nearly 200 police officers, some of whom lost fingers, I've talked about, their eyes gouged, some of them killed, beaten with Blue Lives Matter flags and American flags. There must be consequences. That is step one. And the Biden Justice Department, with Merrick Garland at the helm, had better get off their ass and do something about this in an expeditious manner. We shouldn't have to wait this out until the twilight of Joe Biden's term as president to find out what's going to happen. A clear and resounding message must be sent. And you talked about making choices. We do have to make choices here. And the choice that we make, I believe first and foremost is that we honor democracy. We honor the men and women of the United States Capitol Police and the DC Metropolitan Police Department who stood in the gap that day, protecting the lives of congressmen and women, their staffers, and their family. We choose to stand behind them and protect them. We choose to stand and protect our democracy. We don't choose to, well, if we prosecute true criminality, maybe the Republicans will retaliate after and we can't go. Listen, we don't negotiate with terrorists. Isn't that something we've said for years and years in this country? We don't negotiate with terrorists. Well, then we don't negotiate with Republicans because they are a threat to our democracy, a terrorist organization that is now calling people arrested for the insurrection political prisoners. That is how a terrorist outfit operates. That is now what we're seeing the Republican Party operate as. Do I have the answers? No. But I've got partial answers. And they start with consequence and accountability.